Hello and welcome, my pies, to the tummy. Today we got something extremely difficult for you guys. We're going to be playing Chimps mode. This is the hardest game mode in the game. But what I wanted to do for you guys is I wanted to show you a nice, easy sort of guide slash walkthrough for you guys instead of just like throwing out a random piece of crap where you have to do like a bunch of crazy stuff to make it work. So I'm going to try and guide you guys through this setup here in hopefully a reasonable, quick, efficient, and easy manner. If you're having any trouble with chimps, this will hopefully help you throughout the process. I've also got some other random stuff to talk about as well. As you guys probably know, I just got back from my trip a couple days ago, and I'm excited to talk about it. You know, I had a good time down there, so I'll tell you guys some stories in the meantime over here. So the first thing you're noticing, man, is I'm actually starting off with Obyn Greenfoot, actually, and I've realized that even though Quincy is good, and he's an amazing hero, and I love him, the bonuses that the magic towers get are just so freaking insane from this guy that you almost need to use Obyn Greenfoot if you want to beat Chimps mode easily. You know, I mean, it's possible with Quincy, but if you want to do it easily, I highly recommend Obyn Greenfoot. It's going to be a little bit tougher in the early part of the game because you still need to get camo detection and, you know, all those sort of weirder things, and Obyn Greenfoot by himself is not as strong as the other heroes, but the bonuses for later on will help you out so gosh darn much. So, also we gotta let you guys know that I'm always going to be getting better at this game, and, you know, I'm not perfect yet. I'm still working on my strategies and everything, and I know that in the future I will get better at this game. Maybe I'll come back and give you guys an even better guide, but at this point, man, this is rock frickin' solid. This is good. So with Chimps mode, you basically have no special bonuses. There's no continues, no, I don't remember, no hearts, income, monkey knowledge, powers, or selling. I don't get the powers aspect because you can use abilities, so I don't really know what the powers part means, but it's kind of goofy. But anyways, because we got no selling, the S over here, you're gonna notice that my dart monkey's in sort of a bad spot. Yeah, it doesn't look bad to you guys, but I promise you, it's not as good as we could have possibly put it in. But because there's no selling, I don't want to build a bunch of crappy towers that are in my really good spots. So later on, I could put some really solid frickin' towers right in the middle there, and you know, pile those guys up, and it'll hopefully help lead me into the late game over here. So with Obyn Greenfoot, the main bonus to this guy is the fact that he's got that, again, +1 pierce for, or +1 damage, I guess, for every single one of your magic towers. And of course, that means I'm going to be basically spamming the magic towers. The main thing is the ninja. As a 0/0 ninja, you can go from popping a red balloon down to nothing. It goes from a blue balloon down to a red balloon, but instead it's going to be a blue balloon down to nothing. So, like, you can see how drastically you can increase, but you're basically doubling the power of a ninja, and when you get him up to 3rd tier and 4th tier and everything, he's really freaking powerful. Obviously. We're actually more than doubling it because black balloons can pop down to, you know, like yellows instead of 2 pinks. We're getting like 3 pops out of that guy. It's freaking insane. So, what we got to do is, obviously, we got to get a ninja pretty quick over here. Now, what you gotta do, the only, probably only random thing about my gameplay versus your gameplay is gonna be Obyn Greenfoot's random abilities. You've obviously got the thorns over here. You can pop those guys down at any point. I think they're called bristle thorns or something. You got the thorns that you can use at any point, and those are randomly placed somewhere in his range, so, you know, it might be a little bit different for you compared to me, but I highly recommend just every single time you can, just throw it down on the ground. It's the best way to do it, man. It's going to keep you from having the, you know, any issues over here. Now, I actually was doing a live commentary on this video, and then I forgot to save it afterwards, so I wasted 40 minutes of my time. Technically, I still have the video over here, but now I'm doing a post-commentary instead, so I completely lost that commentary. I tried to use Audacity's recover tool and everything, and it just didn't work. So that really freaking sucks, but now you guys are going to get hopefully a better post-com instead of a live-com. But the other sort of random thing is any totems that I pop down over here. Any totem that's going to get popped down, obviously they slow down the balloons a little bit, and you know, if you put it in a good spot, maybe it can help you out just that little tiny bit more. If it goes in a really crappy random spot, well, I might end up sucking a little bit for you. But I will promise you guys that this strategy will work if you do it. Our basic goal here is we pop down Obyn. He just sits there. Then we pop down a 0/0 dart monkey. That's it. Then we saved up for a ninja, and we're going to get a 2/0/1 ninja, a seeking shuriken with sharp shurikens. That means we can shoot through 4 blues, and we got that double damage on this guy, so it just makes him unbelievably powerful right here, guys. Absolutely. Heck yeah, man. Unbelievably powerful. Then you got to think about what kind of ways can you actually save income in this game. And that's the tough part. That's the major tough part right here. There's really not very many ways. Technically, I think you can get like I don't know if this is a bug or a glitch and if they're going to fix it in the future or whatnot, but I was told that you're supposed to get money in Chimps mode for beating rounds, and it's still not changed. I was also told that the Monkey Village 003 upgrade that gives you plus 50% bonus cash isn't supposed to work in Chimps mode when I did it my first time. Because when I played Chimps mode on this thing the first time, I did have that Monkey Village, and it did help me out a bunch, obviously. But now that doesn't work anymore, so it's going to be even more difficult for us to take this thing down. I think that this is going to be the way that Chimps mode is designed, though, forever. I don't think they're going to change it, but you just never freaking know, man. You just never freaking know. I think it's called a Bramble Bush. There we go. It came to my brain, man. Bramble Bush. Obyn Greenfoot's ability is a Bramble Bush. I think. Not 100% sure, guys, again, because it's post-commentary. I really can't do anything. So here's my Monkey Village. We're going to put... so you notice what I left was I put Obyn Greenfoot a little bit to the right of the pathway, and that was so I could fit a ninja to the left of him. And then I also wanted to put a Monkey Village, as far as I possibly can to the bottom part of that path right there, because we're going to be popping some super monkeys underneath that... underneath that path right there, right in the middle of the map, just right underneath that thing. You'll see just a few rounds over here, but we're going to start spamming some super monkeys. And again, as I was saying earlier, it's because super monkeys and ninjas, even though it's extremely odd, are both considered magic monkeys. And magic monkeys getting that +1 damage is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I think it was supposed to be +1 Pierce, and they accidentally made it +1 damage. I don't know. I don't know if that's exactly the way it's supposed to be, but this is like... He's just freaking sweet, dude. I don't know. I like him. I think that, you probably could run through and do some Gwendolyn strats or something like that, but Obyn Greenfoot for Chimps mode is going to be probably one of your main guys. I actually do want to test out Gwendolyn a little bit more. I feel like I've been sort of slacking on my variety of hero choices. One thing that I can say is I'm pretty sure that I probably will not be using Striker Jones almost at all. I just don't like him much. He's not bad. I just don't like him, He's not my kind of guy. I feel like most people are going to feel the same way, too. It's just not the type of hero that you want to play with. They might end up buffing him for that very reason, but as it currently lies, it's just meh. So, finally, here we go, guys. We're trying to click double shot over here, so as soon as we did, right on round 33, we're getting double shot already. You know everything, oh crap, Chris. You gotta worry about that Moab class Bloon. We gotta defeat a Moab on round 40. And with like no money coming in, like how the heck are you supposed to pop this thing? Super monkeys, baby. Baby, super monkeys is super duper powerful. Highly recommend spamming at least 2 super monkeys. And then you can kind of decide how you want to spend any extra money that you're going to have beyond that second super monkey. Again, because there's no selling, you can't just like sell your dart monkey or sell your ninja or something like that. You really do have to plan ahead. With all Chimps mode games, plan a freaking head here, guys. Don't think, right now, I need to do this to pop this round. You want to think, how can I pop, the hardest rounds in the game? How can you defeat round 40, round 49, the crazy amounts of balloons, round 51, the crazy amounts of camo balloons, round 60, the first BFB, and then round 63 is probably one of the hardest levels, or the hardest rounds in the game to pop on Chimps mode. Just so many gosh darn balloons, there's no easy way to do it. Today I'm going to show you guys how to do it, hopefully, as efficiently as you possibly can. So around 36 here is a little bit on the tough side, but with Obyn Greenfoot and everything, we just go whoop, and we slide this stuff right on through. If we needed to, I would have popped on a baby little dart monkey right there. Even though it would have been sad, I would have popped on a little baby dart monkey, kind of on the right side of my monkey village over there, and just like threw him down just to pop the last balloon. Luckily, we didn't need it. And we're fine. So you're going to notice my monkey village, we're going to try and put him in the exact right spot here, guys. All the way as far over to the left as we possibly can, while still being in the range of the monkey village. One easy way to tell is you can tell by the range of your tower. If your tower has a small range, it's not in the range of the monkey village. If your tower has a giant range, it is in the range of the monkey village. That's because a 0-0 monkey village automatically gives you range. So you can see I'm trying to get this guy right in the middle there. As far over as we can, and we finally get our super monkey for round 37. Already, dude, yes, you get a lot of money for rounds 35 to 40. You surprisingly get a lot of money, and they're giving it to you so you can pop that mob on round 40. So the next thing you want to do is just pop down another super monkey over here, and then just start prepping for that round 40 Moab over there. There's really not much for us to do here. Like, normally Quincy can use his ability and, like, you know, pop the ceramic balloons or something like that with some of his explosive shots and crap. But not with Obyn Greenfoot. He's got his crappy little bramble bush over here. Pops 20 balloons. I'm like, what the heck, dude? You're a piece of garbage right now, man. And that's the sad thing. Like, the Obyn Greenfoot right now is not doing much damage. Sure, he does, like, a little bit. No, but not compared to how much damage Quincy would be doing at this point in the game. But again, because he's giving us more damage for our super monkeys and our ninjas over here, he's super duper helpful, just powering up everybody else, acting as a support hero. And I know I say that a lot, guys, but it's because people don't understand sometimes. People think that, you know, I know I've been using Quincy a lot. People, you know, when I first started the game, Quincy was the absolute boss over here. But once you finally figure out some of these other heroes, it's surprising because Ninja Cube did a good job of keeping things sort of hidden over here and keeping all these like special little bonuses sort of hidden that are hard to understand. So we have an extra $1,960 over here. If we want to, we can spend that if we're really, really afraid. But with 2 super monkeys and a ninja, don't worry about it, guys. You can take these guys down. Look at this. The super monkeys, man. Look at them go to freaking town. Don't forget, each one of these super monkeys basically has double pierce. It's freaking insane, dude. Freaking insane. Or double damage, whatever the heck you want to call it. I'm really bad with that. Pierce damage, popping power, attack speed, like, I just mix those up all the freaking time, dude. I know, I understand. But, hopefully you guys don't mind. I think you know what I'm talking about most of the time. That's what we really need to focus on. So anyways, bam shazam, dude, we got our 4th tier ninja already. Now we actually don't need to worry about the camo balloons all that much. But because we're prepping for the late game over here, you probably want to get your monkey village up to to pretty much as fast as possible. Just launch him in there. Just get it. It's not like you're worried about dying, you know, too soon in here. But also, you want to start getting ready for your Plasma Super Monkey. So I believe that I've made one mistake in this video, and I still have not yet confirmed that this is the case. But I'm fairly sure. I'm like 97% sure that this is the case right now. Back in the day, CHIMPS mode used to allow your monkey village to give you that 003 bonus, giving you 50% extra cash for every balloon you've popped. I believe that now they've officially changed that so the Monkey Town does not give you that extra 50% cash. So what does that mean for us? Well, it means that you probably don't want to buy it anymore. And you might even want to focus on getting a 3-2 instead, or a 0-3-2 instead, and allow every single tower in your range to pop every type of balloon. I mean, that's cool. It's a fun idea if you want to do that. I mean, it can bonusify certain towers like your ice tower and stuff like that, which I actually do use in this game, by the way. Oh, man, we're going to get fancy today, dude. So obviously there's a lot of ways to play this game. I always recommend to people, I don't really recommend just a copycat strategy. You can do that if you want, especially at like the beginning part of the game. I completely understand, you know, there's really not that many ways to play in the beginning part of the game. Obyn, Dart Monkey, Ninja, like that's a pretty solid, casual, normal strategy that a lot of people are going to end up using. But then after that, do you want to go straight into those super monkeys, or do you want to power up your ninja? You want to get another couple druids or something like that, or maybe even an alchemist druid combo to pop those balloons? That's all up to you. You can do that. Figure out what works best for you. But for me, I like the super monkeys. You know, we're powering ourselves up, especially the 0-0 super monkeys too. We're powering those guys up, making them super duper powerful. So even on these sort of crazy rounds like round 49, we could pop the frickin' balloons, which is just absolutely insane with 3 super monkeys. We have $6,500 built up right now against round 49. What? But what I wanted to do is I wanted to get this this 3rd-tier monkey village, guys. I did. I wanted the Monkey Town, and I'm still fairly sure that that was a complete waste of money, so what I'd recommend for you guys is to go for a Plasma instead. Don't play it dangerous right here. Don't just say, oh man, well, Chris popped these balloons. No, just start buying the Plasma instead of this Monkey Town. If anybody wants to confirm in the comments if this works or not, let me know. You know, that would be wonderful for me if I could get that top comment to say Chris was right. Monkey Village or the Monkey Town is complete garbage. You don't want to buy it in CHIMPS mode. That would be wonderful. I would love to hear that, because then I know for all of my other CHIMPS guides, I can tell people not to buy the Monkey Town, not to push it like I did right here. And we did. We pushed it pretty gosh darn hard. You gotta understand that, guys. I mean, look at the insane amount of closeness we're getting over here on around like 49 and such. The balloon's going all the way around to the very little last second right there. And now we're finally getting up to the Plasma and such. Okay. So I think we've got a solid strategy going for us. Just so you guys understand, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a Plasma into a Robo Plasma, and then sort of figure out what other sort of good late game towers that we need. And when I say late game, I don't just mean round 75, I don't mean round 76, I'm talking about round 93, 95, 97, 98. These are all really, really difficult rounds for us. Those reinforced balloons can be redonkulous, so we want to show you guys how to pop those fairly easily. So we're going to start saving up for some higher class 5th tier upgrades and such. But here we go. This is my perfect test right here. As you can see, when I pop one of these pink balloons, it is giving me 5. Right? I believe it was, or 3, what the heck, I don't even understand. I was trying to like test out exactly how much money these guys were giving me. It was a little bit difficult with the ninja because he was going through multiple pink balloons at the same time, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that he was not getting 50% extra cash for these things. But I'm just going to stop talking about that because somebody will let me know in the comments rather than me just talking about that for 20 minutes. But now we got the plasma. Sweet! Alright, so you guys know what the heck's going on right now. We've got everything covered. We've got a good defense. Actually, if we really wanted to, we could ride this all the way until around 63, probably. We could even take down the BFB, I think, with just the Plasma Monkey and the Ninja over here. So that's freaking sweet. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my trip. I had a blast, guys. I had a really freaking fun time. One of the most... so we went to Tennessee, just in case you guys are curious. We went on... a cabin trip. Me and my friends, we go on a camping or a cabin trip every year for the past few years. They like to have air conditioning and stuff. I don't mind camping. Like I like to rough it up just a little bit. My friends, they're more Americanized. I don't know, lazy. I don't know what the good word for it is. They're more like They like glamping a little bit more than I do, okay? I'm completely fine with, as long as I have clean water and I can, get some food from somewhere, I'm happy. I don't need to, sleep on a bed or anything like that. But anyways, my friends, we've been going on a cabin trip for the past few years, and this year is our 10th trip, so we decided to go a little bit further than usual. We went 10 hours further. We went to the Smoky Mountains, which was sweet, man. Overall, we had a pretty gosh darn good time. I think it was funny because, like, one of the main things that people were saying was, like, oh, the hot tub. The hot tub was the best thing about the trip. And I'm like, oh my god, dude. Like, we need to, like, buy a hot tub. It's like, we're all, like, just throw money in a pool. Oh, that's not what I meant. But that's kind of interesting. Throw some money in a combined pool and buy a hot tub or something like that. Like, watch. People just love the freaking hot tubs for some reason. Like, I like hot tubs, but, I mean... I'm not obsessed with it like I feel like they are. So we get the Robo Plasma. This is for around, 60 already here. I don't even think you need it for round 60. I think the BFB is surprisingly easy in this game to take down. I don't really understand why it's so easy in this game to take down, but it just seems easier than in the previous games. So I almost never lose to round 60, but the round that I do lose to is round 63. So to prep for that, you're going to need some more popping power. You're going to decide how the heck you want to do this. Now, with the Robo Monkey, he's actually really freaking powerful over here. And if I'm not mistaken, he might be able to take it down all by himself. But we're going to play it safe. And there's only a couple towers in the entire game that you can use here that are really, really effective. And because, again, I'm focusing on my Magic Monkey defense over here, we're going to be using the Wizard. So I tried to put 2 Wizards in here, but you can see I can't put him in the range of the Monkey Village while also... fitting him in the top up there. So I was trying to just jam him in here into a couple different spots. We eventually put him right above the ninja over there. Honestly, it doesn't really matter on the positioning too much. Somewhere in the middle of the map, somewhere in the range of the Monkey Village is going to help you out a bunch. But it's weird because we're not going for a Dragon's Breath Fire Wizard like we normally would. We're just getting the 0 to 0 upgrade. And these walls of fire, the reason why they're so freaking insanely awesome is because they could technically do infinite popping power. And when I say technically, it's not real infinite popping power because, obviously, if you have ceramics coming through that thing, they're not going to go down to nothing. But at the same time, there's no pop limit to them. You can have the million ceramic balloons coming out on round 63, and the fire isn't going to, like, disappear or something like that after it hits 20 balloons, or 50 balloons, or 100 balloons. Again, infinite balloons can go through that, and the wall of fire will damage all of them. equally. So that's why these walls of fire for only $1,000 are really freaking effective on round 63. And you can see how much better of a job we did that if just spending that extra $3 grand right there against these crazy amounts of grouped balloons. It's insane. Normally you were struggling with the Robo Monkeys to like fight them all the way to the very end of the bottom there, or like we're trying to get a freaking Sun God over here to like kill all these guys, and it's just not necessary if you get a few of these fire upgrades, a few of the wall of fire. So we make it to round or level 80. Woo! Monkey knowledge point, baby. Now, you're noticing that I'm popping down Obyn Greenfoot's trees right here. I actually don't know what's going to happen with this. I'm a little confused because there's supposed to be no income in CHIMPS mode, right? So with the wall of trees, I was wondering if I should be using this guy or not. And for this video, I did. I've been thinking about it. You know, during the video, I've been thinking about it. Afterwards, I thought about it. And I think, in the end, I decided that it doesn't matter. Okay? I haven't confirmed this yet, but just think about it with me for a second, alright? This is interesting. You're supposed to get no extra income. In a normal game, if you slurp up a certain amount of balloons, you can get up to, like, $10,000. So, like, oh, crap, dude, like, you sucked up, 1,000 balloons or such, and then you get $10,000. So you, like, 10 times your money. Now, that's not accurate, but that's something like that. You get, like, extra money or bonus money by sucking up balloons into this forest right here. But in this game mode, and again, this is weird and I'm not 100% sure yet, but in this game mode, you're thinking, oh crap, we're going to suck up some balloons, but then it also gives you money. So you're like, oh dude, we totally are making income right here out of these trees. But let me blow your mind for a second here, guys. Think about this. Think about this real hard. If a single balloon goes in and you get a single dollar out, isn't that the same thing as popping the balloon? So I think what they did was for CHIMPS mode, they actually made it so the trees, if you do slurp up a crap ton of balloons, will just give you the money. It's basically like popping the balloons. But now you got to pick them up as bananas instead of just having automatically get added into your money count up there. So I think that's what's going on here with these trees. I decided to use them in this video, but now after I've thought about it, I think that they're actually not doing anything. Or maybe, even possibly, harming us. Maybe more balloons go in than we get money out of them. And I actually could be hurting myself by using these trees. So overall, should you be using the trees? I cannot confirm for you, but I would say it's not necessary, and the only time that I would actually use the trees is on really difficult rounds where I might end up losing. For example, on round 70 or 63, on round 76, round 78. If you want to use those guys then, that's completely fair, man. Keep yourself from losing. Other than that, I think they're not worth it. I think you just leave the trees just on the ground. So it almost makes Obyn Greenfoot seem like a bad hero. It's like, oh man, his ability's garbage there. His bramble bush is a piece of crap. Like, oh my god, this guy's terrible. But, again, it's making all of my other towers awesome. So he's being an amazing support hero right now. On top of the fact, he still doesn't have a bad attack. I mean, he's got a decent amount of pops going on for me right now, and he always gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and eventually his pierce goes, or his damage goes up to like, I think 4 balloons per shot or something like that, or like 4 layers per shot, which is freaking insane. And I believe we do make it to right around level 18 or 19 by the time we get to level round 100 here. Okay, so we're doing pretty solid right now. What is our next game plan? Well, personally, I focused on the Robo Monkeys, and I probably focused on the Robo Monkeys a little bit too much. If you want to just follow this guide to a T, feel free to pop down the Robo Monkeys that I do. But I think you're better off going for some more either Sun Gods or going all the way up to 203 Dark Knights. Any which way you want to do it, I don't really care, but I went with Robo Monkeys because I like Robo Monkeys, but I found them to be slightly weak against rounds 90 plus. They seem to lose their edge against these stronger, sort of harder balloons. Like the reinforced balloons just slurp up damage. That's why I think Sun Gods are going to end up being better. And even though the Moab and BFP pop power is solid, again, I just feel like the Sun God just spraying through so many more layers will end up helping you out more in the long run. I think the Robo Monkey loses its Moab edge in the late game. So those are just some post-commentary additive features for you guys, man. That's what you get. During the video, I mean, I still didn't know some of this stuff yet. Or still didn't even think about some of this stuff yet. Heck yeah, dude. So if you want to press that like button for me, guys, if you want to say thank you, Chris, for being an awesome person and making sure you put that or that post commentary back in here instead of just giving up and forgetting about us, well, you can press that like button for me. I'd really freaking appreciate that. If you don't want to do that, I completely understand. You know, I know not everybody likes me. Can't make everybody like you, dude. Just a little bit of people's. But I would appreciate that, guys. You know, it makes me feel good. I love, one of the things that I love coming onto my channel and seeing is a video with like 1,000 likes and like 10 dislikes, something like that. I'm like, oh crap, dude, that's just awesome. I love seeing that. It just makes me feel good, you know? So if you guys want to hook me up, absolutely wonderful, dude. It makes me happy. I hope my videos make you guys happy, and then we can make a nice little trade-off for each other right there. So, okay, we're getting around 80 right now. So, once you get past around 80, Chimps mode still does have the free play aspect to the game. The cool thing about the free play aspect is that money is not scarce in around 80 plus. Money still flies into your mouth over here. We're eating monies hardcore. So that's the good news about it, and we can start getting 5th tier towers. So if you're freaking out, like, oh my god, dude, we've got like nothing to defend DDTs and crap, like, that's okay. We will get more money later on. So here we go, finally, gonna pop out our Sun God over here. He's $19,000, so he's pretty pricey, you know, I completely understand that, not only for the Sun God upgrade, but for the previous upgrades as well, just to get there. Perfect timing for us, because we're going to get the Sun God for around 78, so one of these ceramic balloons that are sort of painful for us are going to get taken out. Honestly, I think if I didn't get the Sun God right then and there, I think we could still just pop around 78, but I just like playing it safe. And if you really needed to, man, throw down some trees, right? Throw down those trees, slurp up some money back. So, what are the best 5th tier towers to use? Ooh, I can't give you guys a 100% direct full answer yet, but what I will say is that I really like Icicle Impale. I really like, surprisingly, the 520 Glue Gunner. I really like all of these Super Monkeys, so if you can get any 5th tier Super Monkey, I mean, absolutely, go for it. Any of them are freaking amazing. Beyond that, though, there's a lot of them that I do like. I like the Archmage. He's got a great BFB, Moabs, oh my god, type popping power. Sort of bad against the bad balloon, that's the only weakness to him. But great against everything else. The Druid, if you can afford it, man, Superstorm. Oh, is that thing amazing? I don't know if we're going to ever get it in Chimps mode. You'd have to save up for like $100,000, and that's just going to be absolutely rough. But if you could, the Superstorm would be insane to get. I think we could probably do it on Impoppable at some point. I think we farmed good enough, we farmed well enough, we could probably do it, we could probably handle it. But as it currently lies, guys, if we're playing golf, as it currently lies, we pop the dime down, and we say that Icicle Impale, the Glue, the Super Monkeys are 3 of the main ways to go right now. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other towers you can use. One thing that I would recommend is if you're really struggling against certain rounds, you probably want to start using more abilities. With my guides, I'm trying not to use any abilities for you guys, if possible. Alright, if possible is the key word there. If I absolutely need to, once I get to the harder maps, I'm going to start having to use abilities. But as we currently want it, I want to just throw down towers and let them go to town. And just not worry about it. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting an ice tower in the range of my monkey village, and we're going to start buying this guy on the bottom upgrade? Yeah, so we're going to buy him on the bottom path over here, all the way up to Icicle Impale. Oh, so you can see the money now, around 81 already. Like, the money is just freaking crazy over here. So we need 32 grand, though, to get up Icicle Impale. Is it going to be worth it? Well, let's talk about it for a second. Again, any 5th tier tower, man, they're all going to be solid. They're all going to be good. They're all going to be fun. There's only a couple that are, like, kind of garbage. You got to decide what's going to work best with your current tower combination. And, oh, you know, another one that I totally forgot about is Permaspike. I actually believe that Permaspike will be nerfed at some point. That's why I decided to not use it in this video, because I want to make sure in the future, if people are really freaking struggling, well, they're not going to be saying, Chris, this guy doesn't work anymore because Permaspike got nerfed to like 50% the amount of pops right here. So I decided not to use Permaspikes in this guide. Again, I think they're going to nerf it. I don't know that they're going to nerf it. Maybe if I feel confident enough that they won't nerf it, I'll start using it a little bit more. But for right now, I'm going to try and stay away from it as much as possible. But Permaspike is a sweet upgrade. Get a 205 Spike Factory. And basically, the spikes last pretty much forever. Like, no joke, they last for like 3 minutes on a sped up version of BTD6, which is insane. It can be multiple, like 10 rounds to go 3 minutes over here, man. It's insane. On top of being able to pop with like 200 Moabs. Like, what? That is freaking ridiculous over there, dude. Absolutely. It is. It's honestly insane. So, highly recommend the Permaspike upgrade for right now. Just switch over instead of buying a anything after Icicle Impale or more another Robo Monkey or something like that. Just start buying that Permaspike upgrade. You're gonna love it. You might want to buy a zero. Buy the Monkey Village up to 002 so you can get them a little bit cheaper. But because the 4th and 5th tier upgrades are really the only expensive thing, that's not even necessary. Just throw it in the back and start buying it. One other question, though, is should you put it in the very, very back, or should you put it, like, sort of towards the middle of the screen? I don't know. I would personally put it in the very, very back. Let all of my towers do the work first. And then I can start doing, then I can start just kind of putting them in the back. That's what the Spike Factory is designed for. Just putting them in the back and just letting them chill and take down everything. But what you're noticing, let's talk about this Icicle Impale a little bit more. What I've got is I've got this guy on strong. And what he's going to do is he's going to slow down all of these Moabs, BFBs, oh my gods, and oh my god, insane DDT slowdown. I think people are going to watch my walkthrough, and they're going to start using Icicle Impale like all the freaking time, guys. Because this thing is good. This thing is really, really good. Even other YouTubers might even watch this and start using Icicle Impale, dude. They're going to realize how insanely good this thing is. Because I worked really hard on all of my 5th tier videos, and I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of how good a lot of these 5th tier towers are, because I messed around with them so gosh darn much in sandboxing. I've spent hours upon hours in sandbox mode just testing and messing around with all these 5th tier upgrades to figure out what is the best, how to use them, and all that other junk. So I have a feeling that people are going to start looking at my strategies, looking at my walkthroughs. They're going to use a very similar type of strategy for their walkthroughs as well, and that's fine. It's good to learn from other people. But just I want to let you guys know where it came from. Icicle frickin' Impale, dude. It is boss-like. So I think this is one of my main mistakes in my video. I went for a second Robo Monkey. This late in the game, I don't know. I don't think you should do it. I think going for other towers is probably better. Again, either a Sun God or another random 5th tier tower. The Robo Monkey sort of loses his edge at this point. He's good, don't get me wrong. He's still good. There's nothing wrong with him. But I think you could do better. For example, look at my Sun God. Like, oh my god, this thing's freaking insane. If you actually look at the pop count, I think it's at something like 500, or like 5 million or something like that. Like, it's ridiculous compared to a lot of other towers. So look at the DDT slowdown. Oh, dude, that's amazing. That's absolutely insane right there. I don't think you can beat that for DDT slowdown and DDT popping power right there. And watch it when we get this thing on round 95. Now, around 95, not only do you have DDTs, but you have superpowered DDTs. They're stronger than they are on round 90 or whatever, round 89. They're stronger because of Moab ramping. If you guys don't know what Moab ramping is, it's basically the it's similar to the way it works in battles. Anytime in free play mode, towers are going to get, well, not towers, sorry, I'm doing a bad job explaining this. Moab class Bloons are all going to get tankier over time. In battles, they get faster and tankier at the same time, but I believe in BTD6, it's just tankier. So, even though you might see a Zomagod on round 80 have 4,000 health, by the time they get to round 90, maybe it'll have 8,000 health. Maybe by the time they get to round 100, it'll have 20,000 health. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's something similar to that. As you go higher up in the rounds, these Moabs, BFBs, and Zomagods are going to get more and more health. Actually, I have not confirmed the amount of health that a Bat has. I don't think it gets ramped by round 100, but it is possible, because the standard health of a Bad Balloon is 20,000 health, and I believe that that's what you get on round 100. Here you guys go. Look at the Icicle Impale over here. Slowing down all these Moab class Bloons, Zomagods, and everything. Just insane slowdown. And on top of the slowdown, he also does pretty beefy damage, too. So, in my opinion, one of the best 5th tier towers in the game. I love him. I do leave him on strong most of the time, but I think that I might be able to put him on last, close, or first in like different situations to make him just a little bit more powerful. So you can see with my strategy, guys, we're rocking these rounds. The only round that I actually struggle a little bit on is round 97. Or 98. 98 is the only rough round where I'm like, oh crap, I might actually like struggle a little bit over here. But with this tower setup, you will be fine if you end up going a little bit smarter and you build more or less Robo Monkeys and more other 5th tier towers or something like that, or even maybe more Dark Knights. You're probably going to be better off. Another thing that you probably want to start popping in here is some more balloon sabotages. Just having these guys, just slowing down the balloons to half speed, even for just a few seconds, is beastly. Highly recommend. So even 95, one of the hardest rounds in the game, guys, we freaking annihilated. No problem over here on Chimps mode. We're annihilating it. Well, we're just freaking awesome at this game, aren't we, boys? Well, we're always getting better. As I told you guys when we first started the game, we're going to think that, you know, at the first day that we start playing this game, everything's going to be ridiculously tough. As we move on, as we get better, everything's going to get easier and easier, and things that we thought were impossible at the very beginning of this game are going to become so much easier, or at least less impossible. So that's what we're trying to do for you guys today. So round 96 was actually a little bit of a pain here. You can see these reinforced balloons against my Robo Monkey. They're just kind of like running through. So that's why I said go for other random towers instead of the Robo Monkeys. Maybe even a Sun God. 2 Sun Gods plus the Robo Monkey will be good enough for me. But I do recommend at least one Robo Monkey because he's so gosh darn solid between rounds like 60 and 80. You know, just having that one guy that can just pop almost everything is pretty freaking sweet over here. So you can see the one issue with round 96 over here with keeping my Icicle Impale on strong instead of just last or close is that you can tell we're popping all the Obyn gods at the same time. So that means all these mobs, all these BFBs, everything's kind of piling up right over here, and it is going to be a little bit difficult for us to take these things down. So what I want to do is I wanted to focus on getting some balloon popping power over here. So what I did was I decided to try and put a monkey village down here to sort of alleviate some of the issues that I'm having. To help ourselves pop a few more of these balloons. So what are some of the good towers to pop a lot of the balloons? Well, believe it or not, I really like the Bloon Solver. He's solid, dude. I was testing him out in my 5th tier video, and I just really like the amount of balloon popping power he has. It's not, it's almost infinite against like regular like one-spaced balloons, but against group balloons, it can get a little bit weird and a little bit tricky. But other than that, I mean, he's just freaking insane. The only problem is you do have to get the Bloon Solver, because just this 4th tier is actually not that good. He doesn't pop enough balloons. Or he doesn't glue enough balloons, rather. Because the Bloon Solver can pop, or glue 12 balloons per shot. And I believe if you just get a 4-0, you can only shoot 1 balloon per shot. So if you ask me, man, I mean, 1 balloon per shot compared to 12 is pretty insane. So getting that Bloon Solver is going to be extremely helpful for us. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford it today. If I could, it would be wonderful. Maybe we can even trade that out. Instead of getting a Robo Monkey, get a Bloon Solver instead. I mean, that'd be freaking sweet, right? To the yeah, dude. So round 98. This is one of the peskiest levels in the game. I know that round 95 is going to be, you know, that level that a lot of people lose on, but round 98 is just as difficult, if not more difficult. These reinforced balloons are beefy as crap. So first of all, use your 2-4 ninja ability right there, slow these things down, and get to work on these things. You can see the mob ramping really come into play right now. Because these mobs would normally get popped so gosh darn easily, but now we got reinforced balloons over here that are even stronger that just like take forever to freaking pop, even with the slowdown, even with the glue, even with the ice, just taking forever, even with the 50% speed over here, they're still pushed through our defense. How can Moab class balloons do that? It is insane. And they're not even grouped up over here very much. I mean, like, sure, there's some of them. They're really not grouped up. Those are spaced reinforced Moabs like that. And they're just overwhelming our defense right here. The Sun God is really doing most of the popping power for these guys. So what I decided to do is I also decided to go for an extra cannon over here. If the balloons get to this point, I want to have some sort of stunning power. I tried to put it in the range of my Monkey Village, but in the end, I think it didn't end up fitting over there. It's a little bit sad, but it's okay. So we get the balloon impact over here, and we're going to buy the missile launcher as well. So we get a pretty quick attacking cannon that's going to stun all the balloons right in the very back, and allow my Sun God to actually do the killing damage right here. In the end, again, I was a little bit afraid, but overall, we do end up taking these guys down. Round 98 is the only round that we actually struggle on at least a little bit. But even so, we didn't let the balloons like almost leak through. They were killed, you know, with at least 6 more tiles on that little path right there. Now, round 99 has banded DDTs, which can also be a little bit of a pain, but with the Icicle Impale, heck to the no, dude. You can easily take these guys down, and they get a little bit further in the map, but still not crazy, not even as far as they did on round 98. And plus, after you pop all the random balloons, you can easily take down those DDTs. So here we go, guys. The final round, the bad balloon. Round 100. Is this guy going to be difficult for us? Surprisingly, not so much. We can take this thing down. You know, not too shabbily. So basically, after all is said and done, guys, I tried to make you a pretty easy-to-follow CHIMPS guide. If it did end up helping you out, if this strategy, even just looking at the towers at the end of the game, did help you out, make sure you press that like button. Make sure you subscribe so you can get more CHIMPS mode guides, more walkthroughs, more awesome videos, leading yourself into the future. After the DDTs and Zombie Gods do pop out of the bad right here, they're actually not that strong. I don't think they get ramped for some reason on round 100. I think they're just regular balloons, so you can take these guys down pretty easily. But you do see the bad does get popped pretty late in the map, but with our 2-4 Ninja slowdown, with our Icicle Impale right here, the balloons that come out of the bad are just so gosh darn easy to take down, with all of our towers attacking them, basically. So again, just to reiterate, guys, please press that like button for me. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe if you want, and I'll try and get some more awesome videos for you guys in the near future over here. Now, I will say that a lot of these balloons, I mean, a little bit overwhelming over here. I mean, a lot of the blues are not super duper easy, but not even getting close to leaking through right now. And there we go, 60 monkey money for completing this thing on CHIMPS mode. Alright guys, I will see you next time, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.